Hello everyone, welcome to the channel update for July. Hope everyone's June went well, all things considered. Hope everyone is staying safe and keeping social distancing, wearing their masks, everything like that, because it is very important. As a bit of personal news, one of my sisters did catch COVID. It was luckily mild. She's already over it. Some people on stream and on Discord are aware of that already. But she has recovered. She is okay. She's even gotten back to work and everything like that. So I'm pretty happy that it was very mild for her, but it could have been really bad. And it definitely had me thinking a lot. So I do hope all of you are staying safe and your friends and family are safe as well. I would really not want something bad to happen to you guys, because I really do appreciate you all. Regarding what's going on the channel right now, not a whole lot has changed since last month, really. Same basic series are going. We've got Crusader Kings 2 still going strong. Only have 2 achievements left, but I would say that both are fairly close to being complete. Maybe by the end of July. In fact, I would kind of be surprised if it goes into August. But we'll see. And then, of course, September is going to have the release of Crusader Kings 3, so I am certainly hoping that I will be able to get access to that early so that I can show it to you guys. I don't know if I will yet. Paradox hasn't put out any information about that, and they don't usually until a few weeks before anyway, so I'm not expecting to know until sometime in August. So I'm not worried about it right now. Final Fantasy VII Remake will be wrapping up soon. I have completed recording. In fact, I completed recording of it quite a while ago. I may do a few episodes because I've been playing through the hard mode, which is hard. It just takes kind of persistence and, upping your strategy game a bit more, which I'm terrible at. It's kind of funny. It's like, I'll get to non-boss fights and die, and then I'll get to a boss fight and be able to get through it. It's weird. And then there's other times when it's just like it takes 3 or 4 tries to get through. But there's a few unique things in hard mode that I may try to record and get put up. Don't know yet whether that'll happen. Maybe it'll come later, depending on how quickly I get through the chapters. But we'll see. We'll see. It's kind of up in the air. I may just go straight to another Let's Play after that. Albion is also going strong. Probably going to be going through most of the rest of this month, if not into August. But that is definitely a lot of fun to play. Stellaris has wrapped up the Federation's campaign. I will not be looking at another Stellaris campaign until they come out with something new. Just partly because the end game of the game just doesn't interest me anymore. I've seen it all, and it's not that fun to just keep fighting things. And I like the early game exploration and discovering what the other empires of the galaxy are, and that's kind of when it loses a bit of the steam for me. Dokopon Kingdom with MysteriousJG and Zerfall still going strong, probably going to be going forever. No, I'm kidding, of course. But we have a lot still. We've got a lot extra recorded for that. But it will wrap up eventually. We are close to the end, depending on how quickly the AI decides to push it. We'll see. But that's still a lot of fun. Dragon Quest Builders 2, the stream footage, will be wrapping up very soon. I've got enough of the current XCOM stream to start putting that up. I just need to make thumbnails and decide when to upload it, probably within the next week or so. And, of course, the Spelljammer campaign is going strong. We do have a new player, so stop by on a Saturday and, join us for more Spelljammer D&D adventuring. It's always fun. That's really what's going on with the current Let's Plays. The only thing that is definitely going to be wrapping up soon is, of course, Final Fantasy VII. Something will be replacing that when it is done. And we'll see what that is. But it is time for the annual Patron's Choice Let's Play. I will include a link to the poll in the description below. You can, of course, get to it by going to the Community tab here on the front page if you want to get to it quicker, or on your own, or whatever. So we had a preliminary poll after taking suggestions from my current patrons, and all of the patrons then had a selection of votes that they could put towards their 5 favorite things. And the 5 games that had the most votes got moved over to this poll. This is open for everyone to vote in. So we've got Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition, Breath of Fire 3, Lunar Silver Star Story Complete, Suikoden Tear Crease, or however that's pronounced, and Skies of Arcadia, the GameCube version. So those are the 5 games that won the Patron's Choice preliminary poll over on Patreon. And those are the games that you have the choice of on which you want to see as the next, or as a future Let's Play on this channel. Once the voting is complete, I will look into what I need to do to get it recorded, and then figure out when I can get it into the schedule. Voting will be open until Saturday, July 11th, so it's a bit over a week, about a week and a half to get votes in. You can see that there's already 7 votes cast already. I would not look at these bars and say, oh, Skies of Arcadia's got it. I mean, it's only 7 people. I expect to get somewhere between 150 and 200 based on previous polls. Maybe more. I mean, I have had more subscribers since last year. We'll see. But it is always a subset of the subscriber base, which I find interesting. But either way, those are the 5 games that won the poll. And I did have to do a tiebreaker. The 5th place, there was a tie for 5th place. I would have been more than happy to put more games into this, but unfortunately the YouTube system only allows 5 entries, so it can only ever be 5 in this unless they change it by next year. I did check to see if I could get more in, but I was not able to. So those are the 5 games. Go vote, and you'll be able to vote through July 11th. And at that time, I will see what has won and get that worked into the upcoming schedule. Not going to say exactly when that comes, because most of these are console games, but with July 11th being so close to the end of when Final Fantasy VII is wrapping up, I don't think that I'd want to take that time to get into it. I'll probably play a shorter console game, and then maybe it will come after that or something like that. But we'll see. And then Baldur's Gate is a PC game, so that would, depending on when Albion is wrapping up, that might, follow that up if it wins. So we'll see. And I might just make it as an extra game. I don't know. Like I said, I'll wait and see what happens when the poll finishes, and kind of how I feel on when I want to get working on it. So, happy voting on that. That's mostly it. Streams, of course, are ongoing. I'm streaming 4 days a week now over on Twitch. Of course, you can get to the links in the description below. And there is a link on the main page here. Right now, I am streaming the XCOM Files mod for OpenXCOM on Mondays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time and around 11:15 a.m. On Eastern Time, again, on Wednesdays and Fridays. So 3 days of that, and then on Saturday, playing Spelljammer at noon Eastern. So do come out for those. Speaking of streams, good friend of the channel Zerfall, he does his annual MS Bike Ride charity stream. That's coming up on the 18th, July 18th. He has not announced the exact time yet, so that is a Saturday. Depending on when he does it, I may be like raiding from the Spelljammer game. He was doing some talk about maybe doing it a little bit earlier. He does have a child now, so doing an overnight stream, yeah, and we're all getting older. Doing an overnight stream can be a little bit tougher than normal, so it's still kind of up in the air as to exactly what time that's going to take place, but it will be the 18th, so keep tuned in, follow him on Twitter, follow his YouTube channel. He should be putting up a video. Yeah, I've got a link to his channel here in on my main page, and I'll include a link below. And of course, I will announce it on Discord as well, because I will be participating, as well as a number of other Let's Players, MysteriousJG and Boba the Vulture probably, Grimmith, Lethal Feline, maybe some others, not sure yet. Those are the people, those are kind of the usual suspects, and as far as I know, they will likely all be in for most of the time, if not all of it. So it's a lot of fun. You can listen to some other people who've come out to those streams in the past and really enjoyed them. Please do come out. It's for a good cause. The MS Bike Ride, the MS Society of Canada, Multiple Sclerosis. And this is a charity that is fairly close to home for me because, as I've mentioned in the past, I had an aunt die of the disease. So, you know, helping find a cure for that is something that I care quite a bit about. And I do enjoy participating in the charity stream for that, as well as just, you know, having a good time with, you know, with friends. So please do come out. I will probably put up a video on the main page when that goes live or something like that. I will, of course, tweet it out, post it on Facebook, and, of course, post it on Discord. So all of those places, if you're following me, and I will be hosting his channel on my Twitch channel, so lots and lots of ways to get alerted to this, and I will be mentioning it in upcoming streams as well, as soon as I get more information. So that's pretty much it for the big channel news. There is some news to talk about on Patreon. First, I want to say that some supporters have been quite generous this past month, and I really do appreciate it. A number of people have been increasing their support, and it really does mean a lot to me. I can't thank you guys enough. It's just absolutely fantastic that people are willing to do that. I don't know what else to say other than it really means a lot, and you guys make the continuation of the channel as it currently stands possible. But there is some Patreon news. They have been required to start charging sales tax on some patron based on the patron's location, not the creator's location. So various U.S. states, I think it's like 38 of them, and various countries, Quebec and Canada, and I think only Quebec, but I'm not sure. But it's I don't think it'll affect me very much. I don't think it'll affect you guys supporting me very much. It's because, you know, a lot of creators, you know, either the per creation or and the monthly ones, you get something tangible every month directly for supporting, like artwork or short stories or other things that I don't even know about. I mean, there's so many different people doing stuff on Patreon these days. I really only know the YouTube stuff. But there's so much that is technically merchandise. that a lot of states in the U.S. and countries have started requiring sales tax to be assessed on that part of the patron's support. So I've had to go in and kind of specify what percentage of each of my levels is for just general support, what is for even things like getting access to the exclusive channel in Discord, access to voting on the Patron's Choice Let's Plays, all of those things. I had to, say what percentage is going to that, and it's really because, like, certain countries will be charging on more of those things than others. There's a lot I don't know. I will have access to a report, and I will be kind of looking over that with a magnifying glass to see whether any of my supporters are being charged sales tax, on what, whether I need to think about changing some of those. So there is a change to the current tiers. I got rid of a few of them that were kind of semi-redundant. It's not going to make any difference to those who've been supporting me in terms of benefits. I just wanted to pare it down because I had to go into each of them and like granularly select all of these different rewards, all of these. There was a lot of extra kind of micromanagement that is primarily a one-time thing. But anytime I add more rewards, I will have to go in and make these changes. So I'll definitely be looking at that and seeing what I can do or need to do in the future. Like I said, I'm not too worried that many people are going to get charged sales tax, and if they do, it should be relatively little. I don't anticipate most of those localities are charging sales tax on general support, but I definitely will be looking at that and at least contacting those people and trying to figure something out, if that's causing a problem for them. To a certain extent, it may just be a kind of thing where, they're getting, people might be getting charged a couple percentage points on really like 50 cents or something like that, depending on the different levels, which is kind of my hope. It's unfortunate, and I think partly because Patreon doesn't really know right now how much, what it is, and it's so granular that they really couldn't create a full list of what is and is not getting charged sales tax. So I'm just going to have to look at the reports afterwards, after this month, and see what's happening. That was all triggered to start this month, so I had to go in and make those changes. I've mentioned it on in the Patreon channel on Discord about that. And it's nothing to do with Patreon. They didn't have anything to do with that. That's, individual states and countries changing their tax laws, essentially. But I wanted to give you guys a heads up that was happening. And the fact that it's hard to know what is going to be charged sales tax until it actually happens the first time. I didn't really have any control over that. So that's what's going on with the Patreon. I'm not expecting any big changes. I'm not planning on making any major changes to it other than maybe some things to the tiers. But we have gotten inched a bit closer to the $600 goal, where the kind of the Patron's Choice polling and voting will be a regular thing for future Let's Plays. And so we'll see how that goes. I've kind of decided to pull back on the monthly multiplayer. Just hasn't been that much interest lately, so maybe I'll do it more infrequently every few months and see if I can generate some more interest. I definitely need to try to figure out a better day to do it, because I think that was part of the problem. So I will be thinking about that going forward. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for all the support, and I will I'll keep track of that. The only other thing to really discuss right now, I believe, is that I have a new deity up on my blog for those who follow my Monster Mythology update project. Once a month, I post up a new write-up for a Dungeons & Dragons deity for AD&D 2nd Edition, using the Faiths and Avatars format. This month is the leprechaun god Skelai, who is kind of a trickster, jester, but as it says in the material, he is a fool, not a fool, with a capital F and a lowercase f. So he makes a point that his his jesting is designed to teach lessons and make people humble, or so they don't get too arrogant and overconfident and things like that. It was a fun one to write up. I hope you go check it out and enjoy it. And that's really what's going on with the channel right now. In some personal news, I had a little bit of bad luck this month. My glasses broke. I have gotten new ones, but I was spending about half a week with polarized prescription sunglasses only, which was a lot of fun. And then my relatively new but out of warranty, not too long ago, TV developed a line of dead pixels, and it would basically cost $50 less than buying a new one to repair it. So I can't afford either of that, so I'm just going to be living with this for a while, unfortunately. It's not too noticeable. It's just kind of like annoying. It's not going to make much difference, and it's certainly not going to show up on recordings. But it's still unfortunate because it's only like a year and a half old. And yeah, I should have gotten the extended warranty. I don't know why I didn't. But I don't know, it was probably more than I really wanted to spend. And it was replacing a TV that lasted for over 10 years. So I was kind of like figuring if it goes out, it'll probably be in 5 years. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way. It doesn't. Anyway, that's mostly it for the channel update. Like I said, I hope you guys have had a safe June and continue to be safe in July. There's a lot of things like 4th of July coming up here in the U.S. Please maintain social distance, wear your masks at all time outside. Absolutely, definitely do not go to places like bars and restaurants, sit-down restaurants, because those places have been super spreaders, and it's like I'm genuinely shocked at places that were reopening those without major protections in place, contact tracing and everything like that, and it was like seeing the iceberg ahead and just turning on full speed ahead and not trying to turn at all. I was like, what did you guys expect would happen? So, I don't know what else to say about that, unfortunately. So, it kind of is coming down to each individual person to try to keep safe and keep everyone else safe. So, I do hope that all of you maintain that safety and keep healthy. And I will talk to you in the comments in the streams on Discord in coming days and weeks, and we'll have another monthly update next month. Thanks for watching all the videos, everyone. Thanks for all the support. All of my patrons, everyone supporting me with Twitch subscriptions, on Ko-fi. It really does mean a lot to me. I really do appreciate it. I really do thank you guys. It means a lot. Patrons' names are scrolling down below, and they are the heroes of the channel. And it does mean a lot to me that you guys would, be willing to send some money my way for, what I do here. It's just recording myself playing video games and making jokes and commentary. Thank you all, and I'll talk to you in the future. See you next time, everyone.